You see, don't for me, you the fry. I for don't for you, the nyaka nyaka. This, na the Hot Goose Network television. Me na gentle, the political hot goose. Instead of APC, they go around, they disrespect Adrian, Justice Fisher. Instead of the APC go around, they go and blame President Tok Anubio and the SLPP party and the New Direction government for their own failure, for their own faults, for their own predicament. We don't fall at the party. I think the best thing we therefore do, therefore go out there for celebrate the good ruling where Justice Fisher don't give them. Instead, therefore go around and make a celebration for the good heart where Justice Fisher get for them, we make it put them to the light, it redirects them to the right political path. APC for the celebrate the objectivity where Justice Fisher don't put into the party, therefore they celebrate the pathway where Justice Fisher don't lead them. We go make they're not go able to go away and step out of the next 2023 elections. Because this ruling where Justice Fisher give na ruling way na first and its kind na Sierra Leone. And Justice Fisher na a kind-hearted man. He really sorry for Anes Koroma, is sorry for Yansane, is sorry for Adi Macaulay, and is sorry for the APC party because he won't let democracy continue for prevail in that party. He won't let democracy be instituted in that party. Autocratic leadership, he will not want them inside that party. And therefore tell Justice Fisher plenty thank you. And therefore also tell Alfred Peter Conte plenty thank you for where he don't save the party, not to let them come and cost them and disrespect them and lie for them and paint them the way how they're not there. You know, today I decide for really bring some critical analysis on the credibility of Justice Fisher in one hand, and also on the good-heartedness of Justice Fisher in another hand, and also the professionalism where Justice Fisher display in this APC, the ruling where he give. And I want to tell APC, they say, there's no way they will appeal that case. Well, they get right for appeal, but if they appeal, it will be at their risk. And I want to tell Sierra Leoneans, they say, and APC, they say, let them stop for the lie, but the supporters them. Let them continue for the talk the truth. We go make them party go before. Let them continue for the talk the truth. We go make the people them begin to watch them as an opposition where they will trust in some several years to come for give them power in another country. But if APC they continue for tell their lies they are, we not give one good picking for the party, it will make the party go remain in opposition for the next several years. For you will not watch the Justice Fisher in ruling it, me don't read them to some extent. I'm not going to discuss all things inside here. But the first place where I go on for tell you, inside that courtroom, Justice Fisher be very lenient and respectful to the APC leadership. We don't come out to another party day. If Justice Fisher na man way harsh enough, there's no way. If I don't left Usman for the Babalao Yansane, if I don't left Usman for the Babalao Yansane, for let it come out free na that court day, we in not jail him for contempt of court. Usman for the Babalao Yansane, one of the faults that we do during that trial was that a lie under oath. Now they call contempt of court. You not go lie under oath in court. The judge catch you, therefore put you down. But Justice Fisher, because in a justice where they ruled objectively, it tried to look at the bigger picture. All the distraction the way APC be the count in that court day. If Justice Fisher na be immature judge, therefore don't tint and black. But Usman for the Babalao Yansane, we say one of the things that we do in the court when a perjury is committed, when a lie, number one, Usman for the Babalayo talk now, the court say, he not give instruction to a lawyer for appeal a case of contempt. But inside an affidavit, it clearly states, say, inside the affidavit, it writes, they say, a give instruction to a lawyer for let him make an appeal. But when it's up now the court, a lie, it say in not do one. But the justice, when a Justice Fisher, most credible justice, is here inside the ruling. Inside the affidavit where Yansane send. That one may be sufficient for let them put Yansane Nasser. But then if Justice Fisher been do that one at a point in time, therefore don't begin to say Justice Fisher he hates APC, he hates Yansane them. So I think they do it deliberately because they want to test the maturity of this justice. But they like today, Justice Fisher watch him, he make it no say he don't commit a crime in the court, he left him. In the admiration of many, but in the surprise of the APC, they because now they beat them when they be set for make Justice Fisher look immature and for make people they watch and say na bad judge. Then also, I want to understand see inside that court during that ruling, I mean they observe that ruling critically and keenly. I mean they observe that trial keenly between Alfred Peter Conte and the APC party. We see inside that trial, according to the Hot Goose Network investigation, because I've been getting reporters in there. Inside that trial, we see Usai lawyer Adi Macaulay, we been represent APC, we cause it Alfred Peter Conte in George, where they call George Jengo, a cause in a court. And as a lawyer, you don't go cause the next individual na court. That one day, na ill-mannered behavior, na unacceptable behavior in a court, where therefore don't, where Justice Fisher for don't take Adi Macaulay, where rude and where unruly, where in don't use to mamikos, because anybody will go na APC, na mamikos in the course. They all their own values. The values of APC na mamikos, tribalism, preaching, and regional divide. Na in the violence and propaganda lies, na in their own values. So Adi Macaulay go cost na the court. Now Justice Fisher in court, it cost lawyer Jengo. If not lie, the one they did it, when at the APC they then go talk to gentle right. It cost them. And that cost where it cost lawyer Jengo, it been tantamount for let Justice Fisher to wear an it been tantamount for let Justice Fisher to wear an assail. But because Justice Fisher is very matured and it is spot yeah they the ball, you know do him. He won him. He won him, and when he won him, he left him in that state and condition. Then are two. Then most importantly, according to the ruling, and within that trial, before we go inside the ruling, inside that trial, I want every Sierra Leonean they know, and every APC today from the Hot Goose Network, let them know say, in no given circumstance, if ever they inside the APC the 1995 constitution say therefore do selection. No selection clause, no ever they inside APC the 1995 constitution. The thing we been did na election, na always did it. This is the reason where APC they refuse for publish the 1995 constitution to anybody. They don't ever do and they hide them because they want to continue for the lie. For the people that they want to continue for the chairman and secretary general become very powerful. That the APC as if waiting no more than one talk, now they talk. When they understand, so that they be keep that constitution. No selection clause, no ever in the APC constitution from where it begin, from the word go. Now individual then took that one and put that inside the constitution, inside their own mindset, then destroy the people their mindset. Let's tell you another secret. Now, let me go to the judgment. Number one, APC then say Justice Fisher not be get right for institute a committee where they man the affairs of the APC until they get the final convention. They say, then they argue out, say, no law, no day, now the wall where they talk. So because they illiterate Vuvuzela apologize them na the social media, then they talk, then kind talk their way, not get basis, way unnecessary. Because they're not only layman them, they're not illiterate them. Because layman can be an educated person. We don't know nothing about law. Then a layman. But then if somebody they even educated, in a stark illiterate, they talk something about law. I don't know how they call that person. I don't know if it linked to the level of layman, and there must be a legal vocabulary for that kind of people. So now they say Justice Fisher not get right for institute or institute an executive, a sort of committee. But I want to know say when they talk so when they continue for deceive when supporters them. And I want to know say at the Macaulay and all the lawyers in the APC, they know say what Justice Fisher do not true, a correct, a right, not to anything we wrong. They know that one, but they refuse for telling the truth. And until APC then begin to talk true, that party they know the better in that country. If na lie at the lie, when I watch the Kenya election, when they been conduct, after the elections, some people they petition, then go to court. The man when they say he win, what will be happen? The court now decide and court a ruling and talk say na Kenyatta now be win the elections. So the court overturn the elections. So does that mean the court not get right for Duam because not to the court go vote? Now the people then go vote, not to the court for point whether na chairman. Well, I'm not gonna blame them people there because unless Kuruma when are the president Trade we mistakenly become a president of that country, it makes sure say go begin to map na that court na one place outside when Mikhail goes on Tabab and die, it go talk say not to court. It say not to court, they tell them. It say not to court go tell them for let it come out na in position where he been there as chairman for life. And they play real quick for let una know who side the dishonesty and the disrespect for court it been come out. Who side this statement where APC then they talk say now Justice Fisher not get right for make a committee or pull the whole executive na APC. Now Ernest Krumah be don't set the basis because it be no say they get for pull them so that when they pull them, now that one day in fake and illiterate supporters they will take for payroll around. But we can say the Kenya election, they pull the one where they be say win, then put Kenyatta. The court pass that ruling day, and that's why they elect today. The number two, we see inside America, yeah, when the election been there, the court passed a ruling for let them go recount where Donald Trump use the court for let a report say he not satisfied with some votes them we come on a certain parts them now the country. That one they say the court not get right. Then also, if people that can get custody issues na court, way about your Pekin, the court now they determine. Would I forget the in Pekin over the order, the court now they determine who side the Pekin for day, the court now they determine how many times for take care of your Pekin. So you will go talk say the court not get right because not to them born you Pekin. You know, this that just statement them where people in the Guinea because Ernest Krumah we don't build the foundation where they all they thrive around. We'll watch them briefly before we continue.
But nobody, and I say I'm again publicly, nobody no go to court and believe say when the court take a decision, I will step out. Not to court, not to court make me chairman and leader. It's the people. When they go to tomorrow, you say now choose a new chairman and leader. Everything say you go around. No, it's not all. It's not all.
So una don't hear it family, una don't see we Ernest Krumah they do that contempt of court. It say not to court, put and they make a chairman and leader, not to court the pull arm, they work. Now the statement this way that they use, but not to court be vote for not to court be vote na Kenya, but na court be overturn the election result. Not to court be vote na America, but na court been give an order for let them recount the result for Donald Trump because he said he won't let them do them. So if Ernest Kroma be say not to court, if court tell and say let it come out as chairman and leader, not they come out. Now why Ernest Kroma come out? Una ask him why he come out. Now the court don't say enough for the again. Why come out? Why they come out? Why they not go they make press release or they make a press conference? They say they don't agree with Justice Fisher say. That one day follow on and say now so APC that they do for distract the supporters them because then they're arrogant. Because and then they don't show say Ernest Kroma be no say it come out. Because Ernest Kroma na man with the bribe. He could not try for bribe Justice Fisher. Tete, according to the Hot Goose Network investigation, Justice Fisher become in a credible judge. Now young man we no one staying himself in any shape or form, he refused for take up, according to the Hot Goose Network investigation. So now this make APC them vex panel. Now, most importantly, I dey see one lady where they call Wara Seri Kamal. When a Seri Kamal in Pekin, we go to that country, they we not get no legal standing, no legal background for practice law in Sierra Leone. Because according to the 1991 Constitution, according to the Legal Practitioners Act, in Sierra Leone, everybody get rights for practice law inside Sierra Leone. If that your law degree, na Commonwealth country you pull am. Apart from even practicing it, you get right for going to the law school, na Sierra Leone, for letting give you license for becoming a lawyer. If you degree where you get your law degree, if na Commonwealth country you pull that law degree there. But now, Waraseri Kamal, would they see him, it go inside another law system, legal system na Sierra Leone, because in Papa, when Justice Seri Kamal, now be in charge at that moment they go slot in Pekin illegally. Waraseri Kamal not supposed for practice law na salon. Waraseri Kamal na America na they do a law degree. Now they get a law degree. Waraseri Kamal no ever practice na America in the first place. Because sometimes if sometimes we don't argue, say well 2022, 2002, they be amend that Legal Practitioners Act for make sure say the government of Salon get more lawyers them. If you don't practice na America for at least 5 years, you can't go to the law school na Sierra Leone, they will give you the concession. But Waraseri Kamal not ever practice na America. Waraseri Kamal not ever attempt the bar exam na United States. Waraseri Kamal, what he do? He just gets a law degree na America. We are not supposed, he not get no rights under the laws of Sierra Leone for even going to the law school na Sierra Leone because not to Commonwealth degree he gets an American legal system, not to English legal system. But today, APC they meander because Waraseri Kamal and Papa be in charge of the legal system. They put Waraseri Kamal there illegally, just like how they do Ernest Kroma in Pekin, where it not been passed evidence in 2015. Then go put on there because now Ernest Kroma in Pekin where come England. Yes, he been get right because he been get a degree from Commonwealth country in England. But the question was, it not be passed evidence because of Ernest Kroma in Pekin. Now make Ernest Kroma and the system them now the law school. Then pull that system. They say, and like you know pass evidence in the camp at that point in time. Then pull on it as a requirement for let Ernest Kroma in Pekin go to law school. Just like how Ernest Kroma in Pekin come out, now they lift down the back. Down the on have been corruption. So now this Waraseri Kamal we see a join with the General Legal Council them. Then go write some fictitious letter. We not to be complete letter safe. If I not to General Legal Council write that letter. Now Waraseri Kamal be write that letter because during the commissions of inquiry, the CC Justice Fisher been very active for make sure say the country in resources they come to the state from the thief man them, from the state looters them. So Waraseri Kamal grab here some cohorts them, then go write some fictitious, malicious, false, and misleading statements inside a press release against the most credible and upright Justice Adrian Fisher for say he not supposed for practice law in Sierra Leone, that Justice Fisher, not a lawyer, will be seen in the holla and right now, safe, they don't begin to share the same false, incredible, misleading and Malicious press release where Seri Kamara and co they be right against Adrian Fisher. But now, if there be no say Adrian Fisher, it's not legal, it's not supposed for turn lawyer, na Sierra Leone. Apart from even turn becoming a lawyer, enough for turn judge, na Sierra Leone. Why APC avail themselves na Justice Adrian Fisher in court? Why them go there from a granny we don't understand what na avail? Why APC then go inside there if there be no say not true, say Justice Fisher not a lawyer? And Justice Fisher get it right for become a judge in that country there, that make it challenge the authority when it can when they be one shake, a challenge him and it win him landslide. And let I tell you now, Justice Fisher now one of the Sierra Leoneans them we're very credible, will for be proud of. We don't practice law now United Kingdom. We don't become a magistrate now United Kingdom. It not ever happened in the history of Sierra Leone. And that kind of person there, where it come na salon, na a pride for every Sierra Leonean. But when it come, APC they think say na in the focal put much power, na if they focal rudeness too, because they been afraid say they not having nothing. Man don't can a jealous mind. They begin against the man. They think say this young man don't come, it will can rise and grow at the legal strata of Sierra Leone. So always they for do, they stand against them, but they're not able because according to a ruling, we been come where one guy where they call Ibrahim Sori, where he sued the General Legal Council to court in 2020. At that time, they waited to happen. The Supreme Court rule say, as they not disbar anybody, now any part of the world where they don't practice English legal system, when a Commonwealth law they do, as they not disbar them, they get the right for become a judge now that country they hence they don't practice now a Commonwealth country. So Ibrahim Sori versus the General Legal Council, Ibrahim Sori won that case in 2020. And then they don't make clearly where the judiciary, where they've been trying to block Justice Adrian Fisher, they shame, and then they bring Justice Adrian Fisher in situation to a state of credibility. And let I tell you that today, no. According to the Hot Goose Network investigation, Justice Adrian Fisher, let I put it that way. They be called to the bar, na United Kingdom, when I'm England. They call it when in fact na English law now they do the saloon. Now England the law will they follow. The English legal system now they follow. So there's no way somebody come on there you can't stop them. For example, we get Keke Thomas Sandy. Keke Thomas Sandy na a lawyer now na saloon because Keke Thomas Sandy he gets a law degree na England. When at the Commonwealth country, when at the English legal system. And it's Koroma in Peking, they take an law school because he gets a law degree na England. When at the Commonwealth degree and when at the English legal system. So Justice Fisher, they call her to the bar in October 2021 na England. So Justice Fisher done there into the legal system now for 21 years, where he's supposed for even be a Supreme Court judge. Because for that became an appeal court or Supreme Court judge if you don't practice law more than 20 years. So Justice Fisher done there in the legal system for 21 years now. Where don't get the huge amount of experience and legal standing for let him even become a Supreme Court judge. And this guy get international experience where they maya where they na salon where they badat and so they not get up. So they vex where Justice Fisher they na the legal strata and it rise because of the job where Isabi, it rise because of the kind book where it land, it rise because it not corrupt, because it rise because it dispense justice fairly without favor. So this is the kind man where they be want for come hate on. And this is sad. And also, I want to let people that know for say, according to the 1991 Constitution, Section 135, anybody will get 1991 Constitution, let it check them. If you don't get them, go na Google, go Google for the Sierra Leone 1991 Constitution. It will come out, then you check for yourself. Under Section 135, subsection 3, particularly subsection 4, it gives provision for anybody who don't become a judge or a magistrate or they don't call it at the bar na United Kingdom where na a Commonwealth country, where they practice English legal system, when are there with the Falamakata. Anybody we don't do in that level, according to the section 135, subsection 3, particularly subsection 4 of the 1991 Constitution, that individual, the provision where that provision, that clause states that individual get the ultimate right for practice law, for become a judge, for become a magistrate, for become a Supreme Court judge, High Court judge, Nasreliu. And Justice Fisher don't serve in that capacity in the United Kingdom, in UK. He don't serve in that capacity in England, when are the Commonwealth law then they do, and when are they where they copy from, he don't serve in that capacity. When are respectable capacity down there, where every Australian will serve, where we all will be proud of. But yet, where this man can salon, because they're jealous, they're envious of her, they don't want to let it up there. That this envious mind, that they want to use for spoil that country day. They won't stand against them. But the shame, because the ruling will come out from Ibrahim Sori versus the General Legal Council in 2020, it disgraced them. So I want to let people know that one day. For say Justice Fisher, not a credible lawyer, not only a credible, not a credible judge. Not a credible judge. But I want to tell you now something very, very important now. You will listen, where you don't for share this audio to people. This is a very important message they want to give. You will they watch on YouTube, subscribe and share the program. You will they watch on Facebook, also follow the page and share the page to other people and let them listen. Because this issue of Justice Fisher in blackmail where they pass with, because it don't pass judgment in the favor of Alfred Peter Conte, and they put her to rest today. And I tell you now, only 2 APC cases, 9 days in that court today, where APC don't holla all over the place. Let's say people them, Justice Adrian Fisher get plenty cases then. Where they of higher, when a high profile cases then in court. He get a case against SNPP party, SNPP Secretary General, against SNPP chairman. About 4 of them cases a day, where SNPP members then go with, where they work on their cases a day, no halala, no mamikos, no trouble. He get cases of paramount chieftaincy cases. He get credible cases then, where you know they hearing now no noise, but now APC no more, because then they try for bribe, the man no they tolerate them according to the Hot Goose Network investigation. Now, let's tell you now, whether they call precedents. APC, anything where they start, then they continue. As you then start them, they don't let the next person do it. And precedents now something where don't begin, where the courts don't begin and they don't begin to do it. When an example they don't set, they don't for continue. Now they create what they call judicial consistency. So judicial consistency, now they can call a precedent. Whatever they start, they for continue. And in law, the judges them, or any magistrate who they judge a case, what you know one foresee in your case, now inconsistency. And that make if you get a clever lawyer, what that clever lawyer they do, now for like create doubt into the mind of the judge or into the mind of right thinking men. So what they do? They try for create, for establish or prove the inconsistencies that inside your case. We go create doubt into the mind of the judge. And when see that they happen, automatically you are losing the case because you're not going to prove them. Because consistency not there in your submission. So, but now that make the law they deal with consistency when precedents, judicial precedents, when they talk about consistency. Now let's come to the thing that we APC we don't do, and the individuals them when we don't serve as judges, when we don't serve go through the bar now UK, when they don't practice when they don't serve as judges there, even under APC they can't allow them for let them become a judge because then we don't say the law clear about that. For say a right and then get a right, hence then Australians them, whether they're not Australians themselves, hence they don't serve for them they can serve as judges in another court. Number 1, we been get one what they call Justice Akikiza. Justice Akikiza. APC they allow him to serve as justice, as judge. Now that court today. It's been there in England. The other one what they call Sergeant Munea. Sergeant Murea been there also as judge now United Kingdom, it can na salon a practice under in the APC. They will get Justice Mary Sayre, now one part the individual then too. They will also get Justice M. Paul, he also serve na England. Then they can accept her na salon under that the legal provisions them where I don't outline and where I don't establish na in this submission. Then also We get Justice Semenga Jane, also a practice in England as a judge, then he become a judge, the institutor as a judge, that's Sierra Leone. Then we get Justice Teresa Doherty, when are also a judge, we been there in England. And those people were all appointed under the APC as judge because the constitution make it clear. The section 135, so section 4, it clearly stipulates that one. It encapsulates it. And then they clear about it. So if them people they all don't get through, now that make Ibrahim Story challenge the general legal system in 2020 for let them know say they're not supposed to stand against anybody, hence they not disbar that person. If they be not disbar Justice Fisher, God forbid, now England today, they not be supposed for become a judge, that's Leone. But because they not been disbar, because they not be stand against them, because it get a clean and a credible record where it pull now England, where it come now an asset where Sierra Leone get for make use of, not a liability, now a legal asset where now we enjoy in legal prowess where they try for exhibit that's really. And APC then the first party we don't benefit largely from Justice Fisher in legal prowess, in distinct legal prowess where it don't count it. Yet neither they count disrespect because Annette Kroma don't lost a case, because APC don't lost a case to a very credible young man, when a Democrat, when Alfred Peter Conte, where they come for can straight their party because Justice Fisher don't do well for them. And Justice Fisher refused to collect bribe according to the Hot News Network in the investigation from Annette Kroma, Yasane, and APC. Now Justice Fisher is bad. But Warasari come out and type that they need for bow the head in shame. And the Macaulay then type them. But look how they can't disrespect Bill Melly, we come on Nigeria, can't disrespect Adi Macaulay. In the first place, if there be no say Justice Fisher not supposed for practice law na saloon, let alone for become a judge na saloon. Why they allow Bill Belly? Why they allow Aktugu, that guy who come on Ghana, for come inside commissions of inquiry, then get the status of high court judge for come preside over commissions of inquiry? Because a law day in a salon book, we talk say that one is right because the people in they practice law in a Commonwealth countries, and then they also go through the bar of the Commonwealth country and they learn the English legal system, and they all day in the same position and at the same level. Why you think say lawyer that they come on a salon, then they go stand na ECOWAS court? Now because na Commonwealth law they all get, and they are all called to the bar under the English legal system. So these are the situations where I want let people they understand. Would I don't see? Would I don't see? Why they take Justice Miata, then go make him as justice, as judge, na special court. Now the Hague. These are questions they will need for answer. So Justice Fisher is the most credible, in fact, Justice Fisher, neither the legal trailblazer of our time. He's a legal trailblazer with APC for glad for, where they for celebrate. Because he don't really work very hard for straight them party. If Justice Fisher be one turn a bad person, if I don't do the wrong thing, then now today that the same APC for don't do they chastise them. Then they provoke and they say, oh, we've been talking and they say the man not a lawyer, the man not legal for camp. But the man don't tell we say in a credible man. And that judgment what Justice Fisher make, when I get right for appeal, but to your own risk. Because when you go to appeal court, now they don't get to change the judgment. I want to let people that understand say the appeal case where APC illiterate and they go and vuvuzela all, oh, then they go appeal. Appeal case no mean say they go cancel the whole judgment. That's not true. Except otherwise in certain extreme cases. But the appeal where they appeal, now for reasons them. One, you think say there is error in the judgment, in the legal presentation of the judgment, for let them control that correct that error, or there was a mistake in law. That's the way the judge passed that judgment. So if there is a mistake in law and the judgment get error back, I think say then they just go correct. I will say you not be forget for cross the T. They say not be cross the T. Then the judge they go take them back. They can't correct the T. So meaning you have succeeded to your appeal case only to lose again. So if APC they get sense, they don't go that route again because Yansane where they control them. If you don't the lie say in a lawyer, now you don't come on and don't say you go to law school, you go apply for let them take them, then final say you don't get sufficient causes the way for pass, you don't pass them, you don't pass evidence, you don't pass mercantile law, you don't pass jurisprudence. So how you go na law school na salon at 85 years? So now they mislead them. So now they make APC they go the wrong way. Justice Fisher is the right man na the right place. And Justice Fisher, again, will continue for the who say this so. And lastly, Justice Fisher be order say Usman for the Babalawi and Sane according inside that order they forgive they for auditor. So APC people let the vex. Why would I need for vex if the order say they for audit Yansane? Now in the best interest, that judgment where Fisher give, now in the best interest of the APC party. If Fisher be hates the APC party, not for talker. Now Yansane don't they for several years. Now that party as Secretary General. They don't collect money, plenty on behalf of the party. That money they get for account of them. Because if not to that, the party don't get no money for go contest 2023 elections. And when I go back to the drawing board. So if they do something for your own interest, for your own betterment, then when they stand against them. Shame on APC. Shame on how they behave so. When I remember all the member of parliament them, when they the APC, them don't they pay 2 million each. All the ministers, departments, ministries, department and agency heads them. Now during that APC government, the 11 years, they all been paid 2 million each to the secretariat every month. So that 2 million you also they pay every month up to this time. So member of parliament and they still pay them. Yesterday need for account of that money then they when a boku couple wait for dinner the party coffer. Now that they make Justice Fisher don't order them, say they for auditor, let it bring them money then they let them know side day. And then also let in all the documentation, let give Alfred Peter Conte, when are the supposedly new APC chairman for now until the next convention. Because I know say after they go vote, then they go put the committee together. Now Alfred Peter Conte get for top chairman to that committee. But although the judge not clearly states say now Alfred Peter Conte get for be chairman, Justice Fisher not talk so. But he just talk say among the 9-man committee where Alfred Peter Conte they select, now they the chairman they come out. Well, possible with the projector say now Alfred Peter Conte get for be the chairman because he said get for be part of the committee. So they will likely put an name because neither the champion to this freedom where APC don't get. So if they surveillance and audit Yansane, they need for audit time and we need for Gladdy for that one day for that judgment with Fisher put. Why would I think say Yansane for take money and thief and go? Why APC no one go under commission of inquiry? Why APC no one go under audit? Why APC they refuse for go for account for the responsibility and the stewardship? Why did they refuse for them? So I just come today for can clarify this to now, for can make this open, for can make everybody understand say Justice Fisher that the right man way they for make sure say the right thing happen. Me when they talk to now, me na gentle, the political hot goose. You sit down for me, you the fry. I for don't for you, you the nyaka nyaka. Me family. Let us continue for tell President Tokanubio plenty thank you for way they make salon remain sexy and attractive. Me na gentle. Me family una share. Let's serious relating as a year. So instead of APC, they continue for cost Justice Fisher. Let them continue for tell and thank you. Let them continue for celebrate them. Let them continue for praise them because Justice Fisher, they don't do very well and they continue in that ruling for make sure say APC then they to the right spot who side the need for day. Una share. Let's serious relating as a year. Everybody, even not to serious relating as let's have year a land and get sense. Me na gentle.
You don't for me? Network TV.